thought that being a hardcore techie might feel out of place, but I'm going to talk to you about two things that are going on in the Philippines. Actually, you can see that I'm the executive director of the Congressional Commission on Science and Technology. The congressional is the legislative side, not the executive side. And also I run the Ateneo Innovation Center. So I'd like to show you some of the thinking that's going on in the Philippines right now from the homestay point of view, and also from the bottoms up from the Ateneo Innovation Center. How hopefully those two are coming together, and maybe there's some lessons learned. I started with homestay. I'm really an industry guy. Okay, so it's only now that I entered the academia. But I work with one of our senior senators, who's the chairman of the Commission on Science and Technology. And this is Senator Edgardo. So if you think about the problems that we have, food security, disaster resilience, universal health, energy access, building of a knowledge economy, the politicians are now quite upset that we've been investing for more than 2 generations in science and technology, and we are nowhere, not even close to being competitive. So the first question that actually comes from Senator Enrile was, after 2 generations of investing in science and technology, you guys, like PLC, Department of Science and Technology, how come we're nowhere? The other question that comes from Senator Angara is, of all other 5 to 10 technologies out there that we can bring into this country and apply it within 3 to 5 years. So this has grown out of a frustration that, in fact, we're so far behind that we need to bring that technology in. Next. So what we have done is create national initiative projects, multi-year projects in LG, IT for cloud computing. So these are, and linking industry, academia, through CHED, investment, co-investment, and also the international collaboration. We honestly believe that international collaboration is a game changer because their budgets are sometimes 100, if not 1,000 times bigger than what we have. Okay. So these are the kinds of initiatives focused on disaster-related issues, typhoons, the local schools. Now we're downloading the money out of Manila into the schools in the region and letting them look at their disaster, create their own disaster risk maps, working hand in hand with the local governments. It's hard for the national government to tell people when to evacuate, but if it's their nephew who's actually in the academia that they see all the time, they believe it more. Next. Food security is #1 in the country, so we're going after precision agriculture using remote sensing. So we're organizing the schools into consortia. The companies are coming along. And also we have an enormous collaboration with others. So I think you see the trend. Let's get down to really changing the way we innovate by focusing our energies. Next. So that's from the top-down perspective that we're trying to allow this to happen. I run an institution called the Ateneo Innovation Center. Most of the students that you'll see in these pictures are not taking a course. They just volunteer to join. So they're not getting a credit for what they do. So we have projects, multidisciplinary projects, but sometimes we even have political science students working with us, taking surveys of what the people are really doing. Let me just show you some clips from the video. Okay, so we try to focus on disaster science, and I think disasters are something that's hitting all of us. And so that may be some place where we actually share lessons learned. And I'll give you some examples of that. Green technology and others. We developed the technology about, let's say, 3 or 4 years ago, where we take the solar power, and if you have a rain catcher, we can actually give you clean water. Okay? It changes the whole economics of solar. If you think about just giving you LED lights, that system doesn't pay for itself in 10 years. But if I give you clean water, it pays for itself in surprisingly fast time, if not months. Okay? So in the recent disaster, so you just put in filters and you rain catcher. In the recent disaster in Cagayan de Oro, next piece, we were delivering 3 days afterwards. We were delivering clean water. So nobody had the forethought to actually have the rainwater. but we were cleaning the water that was suspicious from Cagayan de Oro. Okay? And so right now we have 6 of these inside the redevelopment area, and we do 34,000 liters per day using solar instead of LED. We're able to put it on the truck. Some places in Iligan outside had no water at all, so we put the Cagayan de Oro water in a tank, and then the solar system went along. 2 o'clock in the morning, they're getting water. I think this is existing technology. This is a lesson we can all share. Okay, next. We also have a waste management system. So throughout the Philippines, might be true other places, we're not cleaning our waste. So we have a zero waste building, liquid waste building, using reed beds and others. I think these are scalable solutions, scalable technologies that we can share. Next. Important problem that's happening all over Southeast Asia are the fish kills. So we have Lake Talpakil. This is a place where Ateneo has been for 15 years. Our students still in service. But recently, with the help of Japanese funding, but we have NECTEC, we have Katakul University and others involved. We actually monitoring the lakes. This has impact on people. When the fish die, children don't go to school. When they overfeed, they don't realize they're actually hurting the lake. So we have a whole system. We have the NECTEC field server. I don't want to get into technology. I can go on forever on technology. Okay. But we have ways of doing lake management, and the local people every morning they can take pictures of their fish catch or their fish kill, how much feed, and they upload it into the website. So we involve the local people in the maintenance of their lake of their area. But we also tell them the science. These guys think that they have this size, 5 meters worth of to 8 meters worth of fish pen, and in fact they have only 2 liters of oxygen because the lake has been badly damaged. Next. Here's an example of a bamboo bike. People have made bamboo bike. We made the first electric bamboo bike. It's made by our community's Gawad Kalinga. So it's made, our intention is to fair trade the bicycle frame, and then we've added the electrical drive that we get from China. Okay, and now we have a bamboo bike that conforms to the European standard of a bike. In other words, you actually have to ride it. Okay, and then it's electric assist in the front. It's 250 watts, which is right at the limit of what it means to be still a bicycle. And you can sell this bicycle, 1,500 euro, directly out of the Philippines. So we're showing you the kind of innovation that has enormous leverage, but it's made by local people. It's sustained by a fair trading agreement. Next week. Okay, so let me conclude. See, you didn't have to do a dance or something. I hope I showed you that some of this student-based innovation is not a course. They're doing it voluntarily. Some guys have to do their thesis, but they're part of that ecosystem. Okay. And also our efforts from the national side to create these national projects that reach down and actually take the money out of Manila and go to the local universities, technical schools, to get them to work very closely with the local governments on food security or disaster resilience. I think those areas, just food security and disaster resilience, may give us that common thread, so that when a solution comes from the Philippines on the rain catchers for pre-positioning resources, we can all spread that. So maybe the value of the network is to share the valuable lessons learned and spin the technology to everywhere. It's not that you innovate, but you actually on it themselves, but you share it very quickly. And there's almost no excuse that we can't implement some of these things. Thank you all very much.